So hopefully that is okay with you. And I am going to try to walk you through a number of icebreakers, getting to know you activities, and a couple of games that you can use predominantly with English learners. And also make sure that we have hopefully time for you to share so that we can actually compile a really nice set of these interactive activities. And of course, we work with lots of different participants in a Zoom. So some of you are working with other adults, faculty, or you like this are working with colleagues, or you might be working with adult English learners, high school students, elementary students, etc. So hopefully these activities, you'll be able to see how you could substitute some of the content or make some adjustments so that it would work for you. So we are going to begin by just letting you know that this webinar today is part of a series from New York State TESOL, which you probably know, and we are an organization that is focused on the professional development of teachers of English learners and advocacy for multilingual learners and multilingualism. And we have had a number of webinars over the last few months, and we have tried to reach people in lots of different settings and audiences. And I really want to thank everyone I see some of you have participated in prior webinars and also been hosts. So thank you so much for that. The recordings of our webinars can be found on our website through a link there. They're all on a YouTube channel. So, and you can always email me. I'm going to actually put into the chat box right now. Actually, maybe I'll wait a little bit. I'm going to put into the chat box the link to the slides, so you'll be able to have the whole slide deck. So in our time now together, we're going to try out a few activities, and we may be having to move around a little bit, etc. And I'm going to try to share 10 of these icebreaker getting to know you activities and a couple of game formats, and then hopefully you'll be able to share yours as well. What I want to do before we jump into all the interactions is to make sure that you're very comfortable with your Zoom. I'm sure we're more than comfortable now, but if you can just locate your mute and unmute button, and you know that you are all right now muted, and also your video. So I do want you to be able to turn on your video at a certain point. So I'm going to have you just do that really quickly right now. If everyone could just turn on their video, oh, you guys are awesome. And I get to look at you. Oh, Laura will keep me calm, my Laura Silver. Okay, fabulous. I see many, many friends and colleagues and just wonderful people that I've gotten to know over this little period of time. So you can take a look at each other's beautiful faces. If you haven't already learned about the grid view, you know, you can go up at the top, so you click on the little Rubik's Cube, and then you can see everybody at the same time, which is really nice. So now that I can see everybody for a second, I want you to take your right arm and I want you to stretch it up. Okay, very good. Okay, all right, and then I want you to cross it over to the left shoulder. Okay, now I want you to lift your left arm really high. Very good. All right, now I want you to cross it over. All right, I want you to give yourself a big hug. All right, because you are awesome. You are learning. You are still learning right to the end, and it never stops. So I want you to do one more stretch, a big breath. All right, and then I want you to try to pat yourself on the back as well, because hell, nobody else will. So we are patting each other on the back. Nice job. Okay, I feel better already. My rear end is like frozen from sitting in this chair for so many hours, and I'm sure yours is too. So I would like you now to turn off your video. So you're going to turn off your video, and we will proceed. This is the list of the icebreakers and webinar warm-ups that we're going to be doing, and I will hopefully get to all of them. So the first one we already did as you came in the room, and that was caption the picture. So with caption the picture, you basically can put anything funny or cute or just lovely, whatever you'd like, and you get to just use the chat box. It's a great way to have people figure out where the chat box is, so that they're comfortable with that, because sometimes you know, that can be a little bit of a glitch when you're first getting started with working with Zoom or Meet or whatever. So we have a lot of wonderful captions that we can see were placed into the chat area. And there are other formats, of course, you could use if you really want to like vote on them or look at them all, for example, on a Padlet or Google Docs, which we'll be working with. I'm going to just scroll and I'm going to say, Peggy, yay, Peggy's here. I like hers. Are you as freaked out as I am? That's a good one for this. That's a nice warm up. And of course, you could also use a picture that's related to a unit or a content area just to get people started and warmed up. And it doesn't require your video to be on, doesn't require you to talk, gives you some time. And as you see other people posting, you get ideas. So that's my first one of the day, caption the picture. Okay, the second one, this is what we're gonna do now. It's called Run, Find, Share. Your video is off. I'm going to turn off my video as well. We're going to go run really quick. We only have less than a minute, like 25 seconds. Run and find something that makes you feel happy. Okay. And we're going to run back here and we're going to show our object. Okay. So on your mark, get set, go. And I am going to, hi, Christine. Okay, so we are going to keep our videos off so we go surprise each other. So I'm going to stop my video and I'm going to go find something. Okay. Alrighty, so when you're back, what I'd like you to do is hold up your object, and you got to hold it a bit close to the camera because if it's way back here, sometimes a little bit hard to see. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Oh, Karen, that's definitely an object to make you happy. Roberta, what does she have there? Vita has a Hershey bar. These are great. So if you want to, you can just kind of make sure you're on the grid view and let's see what objects you have. Amazing. So if your camera's off, we won't be able to see what it is. Oh, Yasmin, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna ask Yasmin, can you unmute? Tell us what that object is that you've got.
We're still seeing your shared content screen.
Okay, so let me stop sharing. Thank you. See, we need a village here. You can still see the picture, the images. You just have to pull people a little bit to the side and it's a little bit hard to see. Okay, go for it, Yasmin.
Okay, well, this is a flower that I like to pin in my hair quite often. And it was from this documentary, Dream Girl, and it was about these women who are really empowered with their businesses and their careers. And I saw a woman who was wearing this flower, and that was her MO. She always wore the flower, and she was so dynamic and energetic and believing in her dreams. And so anytime I want to feel that way, I put the flower in my hair.
Oh, I mean, that's awesome. Is that not awesome? That's so good. Give her a little thumbs up, either thumbs up in your screen, or you can give her an applause down in the reactions area. I love that. That could be such a story, just jumping from that. How about Roberta? What do you have there? It looks like a present.
It is. It's like a present. This is a card making kit called Paper Pumpkin,
Okay.
and every month it's like a present. I don't know what it's gonna be, and there's everything to like make different cards. This is the one I just got for this month,
Ooh.
and it just has rubber stamps and the paper all cut, and it's a lot of fun. And then when I get done, I have like cards that I can send out to people. So in the quarantine, I've been making a lot of cards. I also teach card making. So if anybody would like to get this little present, on June it's going to be everything's yellow to bring people sunshine. There's always a theme. So please just message me and I can tell you how to do it, but it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. I mean, a whole webinar could be done on the card making now. We're into it. I love it. And let's see who else has an interesting object. Hold up your object. Let me see. Oh man, there's so many good choices, right? So obviously it'd be really hard to do all of you because there's, I don't know, about 65 people on the call. So it would be a little lengthy, but of course I could use the breakout room, put you into breakout rooms and let you each have a chance to talk. We will use breakout rooms today. Let me just see. Oh, Peggy, I've got to call on Peggy. Tell us, unmute yourself, Peggy. Hit your unmute so we can see what this is. Looks like a Valentine's Day leftover. Let's see if you can unmute.
There we go. Yes, this is Valentine's Day gift, which is my favorite chocolate in the entire world. It's a place in Queens, and we keep going back there, you know, Christmas time, special occasions, because it is dark chocolate, handmade in this amazing facility in Forest Hills. It's called Baecher. And you see, I didn't eat the whole box yet. That's from February. Isn't that amazing?
So would you keep it in the refrigerator or something?
No, I actually don't. I just like pop them in like once every other week.
That sounds great. I love it.
It's so delicious. It makes me happy. It
Well,
really
those of
does.
us who live in the nearby in range, you should put it in the chat area because I've never heard of that place. It sounds,
Okay.
I'll like a place to go. Okay, wonderful. And just so many nice objects. I would love to continue just on that. So obviously, I'm going to go back and share my screen. You can hear my ice cream truck coming. I don't know if that's allowed by Governor Cuomo, but I guess so. All right. So the Run, Find, Share is really, obviously, it's a show and tell type of a getting to know you, but it takes advantage of the fact that, you know, we are all at home right now. So it makes it a little easier than sometimes asking people to bring things in and, you know, whether they're going to bring them in or not, and nobody has anything, and it's kind of, the activity doesn't work. So take advantage. They're at home, and it's kind of fun to do it as a quick thing. So you don't have to have some heavy, like deep cultural artifact or something. It can just be something that you can quickly grab. And the point of having it be something that makes you happy, it just tends to uplift the mood of everyone. So that's part of the icebreaker kind of energy. So that is, I think, an important aspect as opposed to just pick any object. All right. So we are now going to do the third activity, which is, I call it a reverse show and tell. And what happens is I'm going to show you an object, and you have to try to guess what it is and why you think it's important to me. And you are going to just post them into the chat, I think, because we have a lot of people. Now, of course, again, there's so many variations. You could think, pair, share this. You could write it somewhere. You could create a whole story. But what we're going to do is we're going to just use the chat right now for this, because these first activities, I'm trying to use no tech really, except, you know, you don't need any technology for these first few. Okay, so here's my object. And I could make it dramatic and turn off my video and turn it on and everything, but I do have the object right here. So I have had it for many, many years, but that's all I'm going to say about it. And I'm going to give you a chance
Laura,
to kind of look at it.
Laura, I don't think we can see it.
You can see it if you just minimize the shared screen. So you just need to be able to see your pictures. You see the videos. Some of you I know probably are operating on kind of like small windows. So I will stop sharing. Hold on one second. Make the screen a little bigger. So with Zoom, all you kind of have to do is pull like the participants to the side, the chat to the side, but I know it gets a bit cluttered. So that might make it a bit easier for you. All right, awesome. Yeah, thanks, Laura Silver. Yeah, sometimes you can just drag over so you see a little bit better. No problem though. Okay, Julie's here. I got this when I was biking one day in the countryside. It reminds me of calmer times. Oh, that special someone and I rode in France. I shrunk my kids' bikes because I got tired of them in the driveway. Oh. A special bike ride. Amsterdam. Oh, and it holds paper clips, thanks. All right. So why is this so special to me? Where is it from and why is it special? So it's a model of a bike I once had. Or what does it say on the basket? It just says the price. In fact, let me pull that off. was given as a thank you, a family memento. Oh, my mom used to ride with it, and it reminds me of this happy time. Okay. All right. So what I want you to do is scroll backwards a little bit and take a look at some of the little stories that have been posted as to what people think it was. So you're just going to scroll backwards and forwards, and then you're going to decide which story you really think is the best one. And when you think about which story you like, which story you think was really good, then you can put that person's name in to the chat. So you might say, oh, I like Julie's story. So I'm going to say Julie. Or I liked Anita's. Nestor. I was told that all the ganache chocolate cakes were on sale. I got on my bike. I went to all the cake stores to get them all. This shrunk my kid's bike, Danette. All right, Amy's story. Okay, I'm gonna find Amy's story. Awesome. Okay, great. So I could go back through and we can talk about which stories that we liked. And again, depending on what format you use, you know, this could be much more extended. I could do much more writing about it. The key with this activity is do not give it away too early. Most times teachers just want to tell the story and that kills the whole fun of the whole project. What I do sometimes is I don't tell for a long time. I might tell maybe at the end of the year. It builds such suspense. And usually my story is like nothing really that interesting compared to what they've come up with. So I'm going to do that to you too. I'm not going to tell you until a little bit later, make you stay for another 25 minutes. And one of the other things that works well for that is if you have an old photo of, let's say, your parents or grandparents. I have a photo of my grandparents' wedding, and which was, to them, when I show my students, I don't say it's my grandparents. I say nothing. I just say, tell me what you think the story of this object is. And they come up with all kinds of things. And of course, they think the people are from like 1600 or something. Finally, when I do reveal that it's my own grandparents, and they just can't believe it. So it's, again, just bringing in that creativity and that fun, kind of, again, as another form of an icebreaker that students can just bring the language they have, to the situation. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next one. Okay, let me see if I'm in the right place. Yes, okay. All right, so in this one, I'm going to put out a poll, and I'm going to have you vote on which one of these you would choose. Which one is you? Is it the beach scene, or is it the snowy farm scene? Okay, and that's another thing to utilize with icebreakers, is everything that's already embedded into the Zoom or the Google Meet platform, utilizing the on and off video, utilizing the on and off audio, utilizing the chat, utilizing polling. That's another thing that's built into all of these platforms. And in general, when I do a poll, I wait a while because someone might have gone to get a cup of coffee, or sometimes it takes a while to process the question. And usually when I get like 75% or so of the participants have voted, then I will show the answer. And of course, linguistically, you can add in all kinds of aspects to the grammatical form. I would, because, or having just simple visuals here, or I could have two sentences and say, which one do you think is grammatically correct? And students can vote. So there's so many different ways you can do that. And it creates engagement that's low stakes, because this is anonymous. So if I end the poll, I can share the results with everyone. So I can control it. So in some cases, you can use other platforms. So I noticed Georgios is here. Hello. You can use like Mentimeter. There's a lot of free tools for polling. I was using the one that's built into this because it's just less bells and whistles, less places to go, fewer links to follow, because it's just built in. And you can, with any of those, though, control if people see the results or not of the poll. So obviously more of you are beach people. And if you wanted to pursue it, you could ask people to explain more about their reasons, convince someone who is a beach person why the snow is better, so you can do a lot of activities even off of a quick poll. There's the kind of A/B type poll, and then you can have multiple choice type polls. In this case, I don't even need to use the polling feature. I'm going to have you hold up your fingers, either 1, 2, or 3 of what you would choose. Okay, so for tonight's dinner, and I'm going to see who knows what is in picture 1. What food is picture 1? You can unmute and tell me, shout it out.
Pupusas.
Pupusas. Very good. How about picture 2?
Dumplings?
Dumplings.
Very nice. And how about 3?
Empanada, or maybe a calzone.
I know it's hard to see in that picture. It's a calzone. Very nice. Very good, people. You got your foods down. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. What do we vote for? What are we in the mood for? Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Melissa's with me. We're on to the pupusas. Okay. Those are looking pretty good. All right. Excellent. Or you can use the chat. So that's a way to not have to use a polling feature or tool. You could just simply hold up your fingers. You could post it here like a lot of you have. A lot of calzone lovers, a lot of dumpling lovers. Okay. So you can, again, use so many different items. It could be, again, things that are about them personally. It could be something that's about the content. It could be them rating how they're feeling today. Are you more of a 3? Are you kind of a 2? Are you a 1? Just any kind of content can be pushed in. And I'll definitely answer all your questions once we get through the activities. Okay, was that number 4? Yeah, okay, perfect. So Number 5. This is another feature that's built into Zoom, so I'm going to utilize or exploit it, which is the breakout rooms. And what I'm going to do, it's called 5 and 5 and 5, and I made it number 5 because I'm really a geek. All right, so what's going to happen if you just absolutely hate to participate in any kind of breakout thing? Just relax. It's fine. No worries. You don't have to turn on your, no one's forcing you to do anything. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to randomly assign you to about groups of 5 or so. Somebody's going to be a group of 4 or 6 probably. And once you're in the group, if you don't mind turning off, turn on your audio, turn on your video, and really quickly come up with 5 things you have in common. And I'd like someone to nominate themselves as a group leader. So if you know that I would be really grateful to you, please do that in your group so that when you come back, you're going to quickly put in the chat the 5 things your group had in common. Okay, so I am going to put you now into the breakout rooms. And with Zoom,
I think
you are able to automatically
unmute.
assign people. I'm sorry, Nestor, go ahead.
I think you need to unmute us before you send us to the rooms.
No, it's okay. You'll just have to turn off your, you can turn on or off your mute once you're in the room. You're going to be seeing like a pop-up that says join the breakout room. It'll say join breakout room 2 or 3, whatever. Just make sure to say yes, join, and you're going to go into the room. If you wind up having problems, I'm going to still be here in the main session. You're going to have 5 minutes, which means that it will be 3:36. If you are ready, come back early. If you are not done, I'm going to close the room. So you will be coming back, okay? So here we go. And 5 things you have in common in 5 minutes. Go. Okay. Awesome. Good job, everybody. Fabulous. So those of you who are still in the room, if you want to join, go ahead. If you're not planning to and you just want to hang out here, that's fine too. So those of you who are, and I see Danette. Danette, you're not going in the breakout room? Breakout room 11. Let's see. Okay. Yay, some people are coming back in. Nestor, how did it go in there?
Now let's see. So we post in the chat our 5 common things.
Yes, perfect. You guys are all set then? You guys are
Yeah.
fast. All right. I think I'll close the rooms then. So
Yep.
everyone will come back in.
Yes, yes. I think we're all ready.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. So in the chat, yeah, whoever is your group person to type the stuff in, if you can pop that in there, that would be great. Awesome. So you just go into the come back to our chat.
I just left my breakout room by accident. Oops.
Oh, no problem.
I clicked
I just
on
closed
the
them
little
anyway.
button.
Oh yeah, no worries. It's closing now anyway, so people should be coming back. And we did it like kind of too fast anyway, but okay, so cool. Delia Cruz
I'm missing
Hernandez.
one.
We're all in
I'm
education.
missing one from group 8.
We all wear glasses. We work with EL students, females. We all have a bun. Now that's really something. Love to travel, speak Spanish, have an A in our names. Oh, that's good. Have dark hair and love Mexican food. East Coast, all women, all teachers, all like to walk, all still employed. That's very good. Coffee. Oh, no worries, Ivana. That's fabulous. Coffee, dancing, going to the beach, to the theater, and teaching. Very nice, Nestor. Plants, music, teachers, dumplings. Awesome. Okay, so obviously that was like a real speed version. And what you can do with that is you can actually, usually if you're doing this with your students, you'll know who the group is. So you can mix people up. You can do round 1, 5 and 5, go. Then you mix and you're with another set of 5 people, and you can't use anything that you used before. It has to be 5 new things. And eventually you get down to the whole group. What are the core things that, that you have in common or that are unique? 5 common humans all attended an iced tea cell webinar. Very good. Like ice cream. Oh, you guys are the long hair. Interesting. Okay, beautiful. So you can also obviously do things that are unique or things that are in common with that activity. The speed aspect, it's hard, obviously, doing these on Zoom, because when you're in person and you tell people to go to groups, you can just walk around and you get a sense like, okay, they're done, and you know how you tell students 5 minutes, but you really give them 3, or you really give them 10, you just kind of say what you need to say in the moment. But it's hard with Zoom. You can drop into your breakout rooms. You can check on them. And what you can also do is like particular people. So you like, for example, if I just tell her, can you just text me when you guys are done so that I know? There's different ways to kind of feel for it. But I think in general, it's better too short than too long in a breakout, because you're kind of like, okay, what do I do now? And because if you're working with English learners, they're not necessarily able to sustain the conversation without you facilitating. So that's another way. I'm also going to talk about some writing supports, Google Docs and Padlet, which are tools that I love to use, and I'm sure many of you are familiar with. And that's another way to gauge the group, because if they have to write those 5 items on a Google Doc, you can observe it and watch it populating while you are sitting back in there in the breakout room. And then you also know when they're done. And that helps you know when to kind of end the group. Okay, number 6. So now we're going to get a little bit tricky. We're going to move away from just the Zoom itself, and we're going to use a couple of different tools. If you have a phone, you should be able to go to your photos and simply hold it up to the QR reader, and it will automatically open to where we need to be. If you are not using a phone and the QR reader is not helpful to you, in the chat, I'm going to put the link to this document, okay? So you could just open another tab. If you are able to split your screen, and that means just taking the tab and pulling it out to make another window. That's another way to kind of manage. So one of the things I saw in the questions was how I put together these Google Slides, and actually at 5 o'clock, I'm going to be doing something about Bitmojis and adventure stories, and basically linking within Google Slides. So like, that's what I've done here. So I don't have to come out of presenter view and like be looking around. I've already put the link right here, the QR code, and then I can click right there and I actually go to my item without having to come in and out. So this is a collective bingo. If you're familiar with bingo, you know, you're kind of waiting for somebody to call it and you mark it. But this is sort of a play on a find someone who. So you're going to be able to click and put your name in any and all boxes that apply to you. And we're going to see when we get bingo together. And that's going to be when we have obviously a cross or down or whatever. One thing that's a little wonky is, of course, the page is starting to split because there's a lot of people and there's a lot of names going in. So you could always do this also as a smaller group, put people in a smaller group to do it, or depending. So you see on the screen share as the
Could you send the link?
Yeah, it's in the chat. I put it in the chat. Yep. I can post it again. Would that help?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, there you go. I call it collective bingo because it's kind of everybody together helping each other achieve bingo. And it also serves as a find someone who, and you can, it's not just one item. You can put yourself everywhere. Maybe you're someone who actually could put your name in every single box. That would be really kind of neat.
How do you write in the box?
You click in it.
I don't know why it's not. No, it's not going.
Can you put the link in so that we can click it? Because I can't even copy it. It won't.
Yeah, me too.
The link is in the chat.
It's opening Google Docs. It's opening in Google Docs right away.
Yeah.
If you open Google Docs on your phone, you have to click on the little pencil in the circle.
Exactly.
Christine, say that again to help people.
If you're opening the Google Doc on your phone, there's a little circle that pops up in the bottom right corner with a pencil. And when you click on the pencil, then you have the ability to edit in the document from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So
I can't get it. Okay.
Okay, Peggy. Well, Peggy, is it opening up as another tab like it is on mine? Like, are you seeing the Google Doc? Are you seeing people typing in there?
I see people, yeah, I could see people's names being added, but I can't click on and add.
Okay. We'll figure that out later. But it's a Google Doc that's open. So one of the things that obviously you all know with Google Docs is I have to make sure my sharing settings are right so that I make it completely open, or else everyone's going to say I can't get access to the document.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to press.
Well, you can do it on the computer as on another tab. But one of the things that's going to happen is, as it always is, as you well know from working online, it's reassuring to see, for me, to see all these people typing. Because I know normally I would like panic because my student, let's say Peggy's having trouble and I think nothing's working. So it's good to have things like this where you can kind of see, okay, it's something for Peggy and let me see if I can help Peggy. And Google Docs are something that are so useful. Uh-oh, someone just deleted the whole thing. Oh, thank you. That's another challenge with it. So there's
That's the access
you can
to
work
Google
with this.
Forms.
So the Google Doc, obviously, for some things is going to work great. For others, maybe not so much. Now, I just want to see if anybody can actually whistle using the 2 fingers. I've always wanted to be able to do that. So Amy, Crystal, George, Andrea, and Nestor. Of course, Nestor can do that. All right, I need you to do that. I need you all to, I need you to unmute. Oh wait, Maria too. Let's hear this whistle. Let's see it. Come on. With 2 fingers. The 2 finger. All right, Giorgio, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Come on, guy. You put your name on there. I want to hear this because I find it awesome.
Nikki, you can do it. Hold on.
What about Maria?
I need to practice. Hold on.
Okay, Maria, put your fingers in some water and get
Okay, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Nikki, you can do it.
Oh my God.
Peggy, are you doing it?
Yeah, she knows.
It's a Greek thing.
Yeah, it's a Greek thing.
A little bit.
My 3 Greeks are able to do it. I wonder if this is a
gene.
Although, yeah, I'm going to get in trouble if I say that, but I have even more respect for Greeks now. That is really awesome.
My father taught me how to do it.
Okay. Now, what about Dana, the elbow? Where's Dana? She's got to put on her video so we can see this.
Oh my.
Dana, are you going to? Okay, Dana, I see you. Dana Fernandez.
Yes.
Let's see this, because this is like an impossible thing for me.
Because I read it as I can lift my elbow, but no, I tried. So I tried, but I can't do it. So I read it like that. So I read it as the no, but I tried part.
Very good. I love it. All right, let me keep moving because I don't want to lose too much time. All right, so the collective bingo, obviously, you can put so many different things. It can be related to the content. It can be related to things you already know about your students, or things that I put that could just be for anybody. All right, where in the world? So this now we're moving into Padlet. We're going to do several things in Padlet now. If you're able to use your QR reader, great. If not, I'm about to put the link into the chat. Padlet is awesome. It does limit you to just a few on the free version, but you can basically recycle them and use them over and over. So when you click through to this, this is what you should see. It is a world map style Padlet. And what's neat about that is that you can do a lot of different activities with this, but there's a place to enter where you were born and perhaps say something about it. And then I can open it up and see. Steel country. A lot of people here in New York. Let's see who's from. Okay, Russia. All right. So, and this, with a Padlet, once people have posted, you can actually keep it, save it, reuse it. It doesn't necessarily disappear. So if you're having trouble right now because of the device you're on or anything like that, don't worry. I just want to give you a feel for some of these different types of Padlets that you can use and how you can use it. So how you mark it, you can either drop a pin or you can actually enter in. So you're always going to look on Padlet for this pink plus sign. The pink plus sign is always your indicator for how to add something. Okay. And you know, like Peggy did, because she's very resourceful. If that doesn't work for you, you could use the chat, you know. Yeah. Always just feel free to put things, you know, into the chat is totally fine. Okay. I'm going to keep going just so you get a feel for some of these other ways that you can do getting to know yous. So where in the world is one, and of course that can be quite extended. I'm not going to do this one in the interest of time, but basically this Padlet takes you to a set of questions that I've already pre-posted. One of the challenges, and maybe Nestor was thinking about this, if you have experience with breakout room. When I send people to the breakout room in Zoom, they can no longer see my screen and they can no longer see the main chat. So if you send people off with a bunch of things to do and they don't have it anywhere, they're stuck in the breakout room without your instructions. So using something like a Padlet, which is basically a board, a pin board, where I can stick notes, can help people when they go into the breakout room. In this activity, you partner people, put them in groups of 2, or if you need to, you could do groups of 3. You can have someone be interviewed, someone asking the question, and someone posting on the Padlet. And what's neat about that is then you're going to get all kinds of posts about different people. So it has the listening and speaking aspect, and also has the writing, and it's sort of a natural reading activity because everyone's interested in seeing and reading. The other nice thing with Padlet is I can add a comment. So let's say someone has interviewed Denise and there's information about her. I could actually ask students, now go and ask another question of Denise or react to her. So in a sense, it becomes an interactive writing experience that you could extend. And it is timeless. So after we finish our session that's live, this will live there and students could return to it, anytime. Right now, there's only about, I think, 3 Padlets that you can do at a time free, and then you'd have to delete one and start a new one. It's not real expensive, but it's still, I think it's like $8 a month or something for the full version. Okay, I'm gonna come back here. Pictionary. We're gonna do a really, I hope we can do this one. Let's do a really quick Pictionary. So the way this works is you're going to, again, click on to the Padlet or use your QR reader. Let me come here, Pictionary. I'm gonna put this into the chat. It's really easy to make QR code readers or whatever. I have a link to do it. Let's see if this is gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna send someone a word, and they're going to use the whiteboard of Pictionary, which actually works really well on a phone because you can use your finger to draw, which I actually find a little easier than drawing with the mouse. So someone who has access to the Pictionary right now, who feels they could be my helper, so I don't call on someone who's not really able to draw. Georgios, how about you? Are you on it? Or Viviana? Okay, fabulous. So Viviana, I'm going to send you a word or a phrase. Okay. And what's with the Zoom chat, you can chat individuals. So that can work very well for these kind of Pictionary games. So I've texted or chatted to Viviana, and she is going to be on this whiteboard and she's drawing. So go ahead and draw, and we're going to try to guess what it is. It doesn't have to be too good, don't worry, because we don't have a lot of time. So do your best, and then once she's ready, she's going to hit basically share or join. Another thing I can do, let's see. Oh, Christine also. Okay, Christine. So Christine Passarelli, I'm sending it to you as well. That's a nice thing too, is you could actually have a couple people doing the drawing at the same time. It doesn't have to be one person. So go ahead and draw it and click submit and just do the best you can. And we're going to try to guess what it is. So let me know when you have clicked it. Click submit, and then we'll be able to see. So again, you're going to click always on the pink plus sign. All right, ladies. Viviana, have you posted?
Hi, Laura. Yeah, I clicked on the pink button, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so Claudia, I've deleted because that wasn't what I wanted, right? So as an instructor, you always want to kind of control your Pictionary board.
I found it, Laura. I found it.
Okay, so this is someone drawing something, which wasn't it. So I'm going to take that away. All right, so how about Viviana or Christine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I found the way to draw. Okay, so I'm drawing now. Let's see.
So I think you get the idea. I don't know that we have time to continue if you all are having trouble.
Okay, so.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh, Statue of Liberty.
All right.
Yes.
So what we could do is we could rate them. We could decide how many stars we want to give these.
Okay.
Maybe that's a 5-star. Okay.
Definitely.
So one of the features that you can choose to put in when you're using Padlet is whether or not it's anonymous or not, whether or not it's rated or not. You can have voting and different aspects. Okay, great. Thank you both so much, Viviana and Christine. You're good sports to do that. Thank you. Another kind of form of doing an icebreaker, which is as basic as anything, and we all know, we're very familiar with, is using just like an open-ended kind of question. I'm going to post that one into the chat. And it's like a quick write type of a thing. So let me just get to everyone. Post. Okay. So this is another format. So when you set up your Padlet, it gives you those options that we've seen today, the whiteboard, the map. It gives you the option to just post something as a post-it. And this one is a real quick kind of back and forth. So you can have people just quickly say, what's been something positive for you during this time? And it gives you a chance to write something and hit post. More family time, time to do research. Yay, that's great. Those are beautiful things. Nice diesel webinars. Thank you, Laura. It's been very nice for me too, seeing all you beautiful people. So we're almost out of time, so I want to make sure to get to the last ones. And you can continue to post there even if I move back, because I would love to read what you've written. Okay, so those were the 10 icebreakers. I wanted to see if you were familiar with Bamboozle. Y'all familiar with that? Give me a thumbs up if you know about Bamboozle.
No.
Thumbs down. Okay, it's free. It's really easy. It's basically a game format. It has tons of pre-made games that are all free. They can be assigned to students ahead of time. They can also be things that you play live with them in a Zoom session. And I just put that into the chat. So the way Bamboozle works is there's all kinds of topics, but what's nice is they actually have a getting to know you category. So you can, there's no right or wrong answer. All you have to do is you choose a game that you're interested in. It could be related, they have grammar games, all kinds of different topics. But if you wanted to do a game like live like this, you could create a team, and I could label team one, whatever, names of half the alphabet or however I've divided people up. And I could say, okay, so for example, I'm going to pick number 2. Oh no, I got no points. So it'll give me like takeaway points. How about this one? What makes you laugh? So I'm going to get an answer from team 2. What makes you laugh? Peggy, what makes you laugh? I'm going to pick you on.
Laurel and Hardy movie.
Laurel and Hardy. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, that works. So that gives your team points. So it's kind of like Kahoot, but it's just a lot simpler, I think, in a way. And just another type of free and easy game structure. And the nice thing is they have a whole set of getting to know you activities already built in. And then our good old Jeopardy, which is always a winner. I found this and I just thought, gosh, maybe I'm the only person excited about this, but I'm going to put the link in the chat. Someone has created the entire Jeopardy format blank for us. So all you have to do, and as you know, Jeopardy is cool because you have to form the question. which is challenging linguistically. So they've already made the topic board. So you want topic 1. It's already linked. So when I go into the present mode, all right, so topic 1, for $100. Okay, it's windy today. What's the question?
How is the weather like today?
Yeah, how's the weather like? What's the weather like today? Okay, good. Awesome. And it takes you back. It's already pre-built for you. And I just, God bless that person who did that.
Yep.
Every slide is already there. All you have to do, the only thing you have to change is the questions and answers. And it's already preloaded. Perfect. Okay, so I know it's now 4, so I totally get that if you need to run, if you need to leave.
But I have a question in regards to the CTLE credits. Do we have a link or?
Yeah, so you always, for the CTLE, you can go to the Nice TESOL website, and all you have to do there is go to resources and then webinars, and it has the link to apply for the CTLE. So
excellent.
You can do that for recorded webinars too. So if
thank you.
you missed some and you want to go back, you could get credit for those as well.
Perfect.
I'm going to hang for a minute because I know.
Will this be recorded? Can we see this again?
I'm sorry?
Will we be able to see this again or look at this again?
Yes, definitely. I did record it. Hopefully, yes, it's still recording. So I will be putting the recording also linked to go to our website, then go over to resources and webinars. I put a link to this slide deck, and I know there were some questions about the slide deck, and that we're going to be talking about that a lot at 5 of how to build these. But the slide deck that I just sent you, you can just take it. In the speaker notes, I've put the QR reader that I like to use. And what about the bicycle? Okay, so I actually got this in Vietnam.
Oh,
it was my first trip to Asia, and I
Hanoi?
went with a group from the City University of New York to work with English language teachers there.
Wow.
And the amount of motorbikes and bikes on the streets of Ho Chi Minh City were just, I'd never seen anything like it. And I got this, they do incredible work with recycling materials. And I found this, so that's where it's from. So I didn't have like a fabulous French love affair. I missed that. So I really appreciate everybody. Now, and if you have a getting to know you or an icebreaker that you would like to share, I would love to compile a Padlet of all of our ideas, because it's fun to have them. Sometimes we're like, oh, I need another idea for an icebreaker. So you can email me. I put that in the chat at present@nicetesol.org, or you can, I can hang here for another few minutes if anyone wants to pop it in to the chat if they have an idea. Sherry, you want the link to the slides, I'm thinking? Is what maybe you want? Okay. Yeah, great. Okay, thanks so much. And like I said, I'm here. I really appreciate you taking the time. I was a bit nervous trying to do too many things with going over to Padlet and everything. So I really appreciate your patience and helping me.
Thank you very much.
Staying with it.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Excellent.
Everybody.
Yes, thank you.
Yay. So yeah, feel free to come back. George, it was great to see you from a real big distance. That's awesome.
Congratulations, Laura. As always, it's great.
Oh, hey,
Thank
so
you.
nice to
Thank you.
see you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
It's great.
Yeah.
Really great.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good afternoon. Good
You
evening or
too.
good morning, wherever you are.
Laura, do we stay here in order to get to the next webinar?
No, but if you want, I'll give you the link now.
I would like that.
Okay, let me just go over to my Zoom. Let me stop sharing for a second. And I will get into my Zoom account and pull that up for you now. So the challenging thing with Icebreakers is the timing. You know, I was like, if you really do them, they take a little while. And you don't really want to cut people off when they're in like the flow. So, all right, let's see. I'm going to put this into, this is the Zoom link for 5 p.m. I just needed to make sure I had a little break in between, which I'm glad I did because I would not be ready to start at 4. So you're welcome to come in at 5. We're going to look a little more at how these Google Slides can be constructed to just pop in and out, and look at some adventure stories that you can do with students, open-ended stories or divergent path stories. So great. It was wonderful to see everybody, and really appreciate you being here. And take care, and make sure to go to the Nice TESOL website. I'll put that in the chat for any more info on the CTLE or past webinars. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye. Bye, James. Nice to see you. Bye, Denise.